सदन की कार्रवाई अनिश्चित काल के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
All right, so the Lok Sabha has now been adjourned, signed die, and before it was adjourned, we saw Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, all were present in the House. Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi were also present. And so the Lok Sabha has now been adjourned, signed die.
A statement regarding status of implementation of the recommendation observation contained in the third report of.
Well, the Rajya Sabha is still underway, but there was a complete washout in this monsoon session. Today is the last day. Lok Sabha has already been adjourned, signed die, while the Rajya Sabha proceedings still continue. But we saw Prime Minister Modi also being present in the Lok Sabha, along with Home Minister Amit Shah, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, and Minister Nitin Gadkari as well. And the full Vande Mataram, the national song of India, was played, and after which the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla adjourned the House, signed die. And remember, Home Minister Amit Shah, day before yesterday, the government had announced that Home Minister Amit Shah is ready to speak in the Parliament, because that is one demand which was being raised by the opposition for weeks now. They have been demanding Amit Shah to come to the House and speak on the students' protests, to speak on the Ram Mandir donation theft case. And finally, the government announced that the Home Minister is ready to speak and to have a discussion. And in fact, yesterday, Home Minister Amit Shah himself said that, in fact, he also wrote a letter to Lok Sabha Speaker asking him to allocate time for a discussion. But the opposition was adamant. They said that they don't need a statement or fantasy talks or speech from the Home Minister. In fact, what they need is answer to the question that who gave the orders to fire at the student protesters. And not just that, but the opposition said that we also want a discussion on the Ram Mandir donation theft case. Now, there were allegations and counter-allegations. The government claims that the opposition was not ready for a discussion. The opposition claims that the government was not ready for a discussion, and it is only in the last 2 to 3 days that the government said that, okay, let's have a discussion on the student protest. The opposition claims that why was this not done earlier? For weeks we were asking for the Home Minister to come to the House to speak on the issue. Why did he not do this earlier? This is what the opposition is saying. The government is saying that we are ready for a discussion. It is the opposition that does not want to hold a discussion and only wants to disrupt the parliament and the House. So the attacks and the counter-attacks continue. With that, the Lok Sabha has now been adjourned sine die, and the Lok Sabha has now been adjourned after the national song Vande Mataram was played. The full version of the Vande Mataram was played, and Prime Minister Modi was also present in the House. And on the last day of the monsoon session, along with Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah was also present. Everyone was expecting that there could be a face-off between the Home Minister and the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi. But Rahul Gandhi had clearly stated that he was not interested in Home Minister Amit Shah's speech, and he even sought his resignation over the firing row on the student protesters. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal is now joining us with more details. Aishwarya, the Lok Sabha has been adjourned indefinitely, complete washout in this monsoon session.
Well, this is something that was on the expected lines. However, we did see both the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Home Minister Amit Shah in Lok Sabha, and now it has been adjourned sine die. Now, the big question, actually, the million-dollar question is, will we have a special session? Because that is what everyone at the moment is anticipating, that there is a special session that will be called by the government for the delimitation bill. See, the FCRA bill, something that the opposition was up in arms against, that now has been sent to the 31-member JPC, the Joint Parliamentary Committee. They will now have to submit the report in the upcoming winter session of the Parliament. So that is something that we will see happening. But yes, all eyes now on whether we will have a special session or not. It's been a huge tug of war taking place between the opposition. In fact, 24 hours before the House was all set to end, we saw an appeal being made by the Home Minister Amit Shah, and he did say that if you agree, I'm willing to sit for 24 hours in the House. I will listen to each and every one of you, take down points, take down the questions that you have, and I will answer each and every question of yours. So this is something that we did see the Home Minister speak about, but the opposition was very, very clear. The opposition said, we do not want to have any conversation. We just have one question and we want an answer to that one question.
Aishwarya, but the opposition is arguing that why did the Home Minister agree for a debate, for a discussion in the last few days of the monsoon session? Why not earlier? Because they have been demanding for the Home Minister to come to the House since weeks now.
Well, these are two different stories that we are seeing being simultaneously being played at. On one hand, what we are seeing is that it's the government which said that we were all set with our answers, but for that the House had to be in order. The opposition on the other side, specifically the main opposition party, that is the Congress party, turned around and said that we do not have time to listen to your lecture. All that we want is that there has to be one specific answer being given to the one specific question we have. Who gave the orders for the pellet guns to be used on the 20th of July? The Home Minister on his part, however, did say that yes, there are certain questions that you have. I will give answers of each and every question. The opposition on the other side thought that this would be an opportunity if they do.
बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए हैं। You might have read in the newspaper. Is it the way in democracy? How you are protecting the constitution? That too, I am a leader of opposition. I am serving.
Let them respond. Let them respond. You please take your seat. Let the leader of the House to respond. No, this is what the issue raised by you is very important. Let the government respond. Sir, please let them respond. Yes, let them respond.
सर, जो माननीय खड़गे जी ने कहा है, ये सच में बहुत ही दुखदाई विषय है और ये दुखदाई सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए नहीं, ये दुखदाई हम सब के लिए है। बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, यहां राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी भी बैठे हैं और मैं भी पूर्व राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नेवर। लेकिन आपने कहा है हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे, लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं
when the leader of the house is on his legs, why you are shouting?
लेकिन जो भी बात हुई है उसकी तहकीकात जरूर होगी, लेकिन मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं इस तरह की एक्टिविटी को भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी भी सब्सक्राइब नहीं करती है। मैं भर्त्सना करता हूं और मैं भर्त्सना भी करता हूं और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी इसको गहराई से देखेंगे भी, लेकिन आपकी भावनाओं को जो ठेस पहुंची है वो सच में हम सब के लिए खेद का विषय है।
यस यस
सर, मैं इसको पॉलिटिकल मुद्दा कभी बनाना नहीं चाहता और मैं कभी इस सदन में सालों से यहाँ हूँ और निचले, लेकिन मैं एक शेड्यूल कास्ट हूँ, मैं एक दलित हूँ, मेरे को मदद करो, मेरी रक्षा करो बोल के कभी किसी के सामने गिड़गिड़ाया नहीं। मैं लड़ने की शक्ति है, मैं लड़ता हूँ, लेकिन तुम मुझे अनटचेबिलिटी का ये करके, शुद्धिकरण करके अपमान करते हो।
Why you are shouting? Diwari ji, you all take your seat. What is this? When he is speaking, why you are all standing? Now,
मैंने पहले कहा,
House will respond. You please wait your seat.
मैंने पहले कहा कि बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, ये हम सब के लिए खेद का विषय है, देश के लिए भी खेद का विषय है, हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे। लेकिन उसके बाद खड़गे साहब कहे कि तुम ऐसा करते हो, तुम ऐसा करते हो, ये उचित नहीं है। जब हमने कहा कि वी डू नॉट सब्सक्राइब,
Whoever has done it, it is wrong. Whoever has done it, it is wrong.
How do I know that
We all have. No, you take your seat, please. Let me explain. Let me explain on behalf of every member of this house. Let me explain my feeling.
Now don't sensationalize, don't criticize. जो बात कही गई है, मैं कह रहा हूं कि भाई आपको जितनी दुख है उतना मुझे भी दुख है, मैं भी उतना उसी सेंटिमेंट्स के साथ चल रहा हूं। लेकिन आप अगर कहेंगे कि तुमने किया, भाई हम कह रहे हैं तहकीकात करेंगे, we will go into the details of it and find out, and if anybody is found guilty, certainly action will be taken, and we respect Mr. खड़गे और इनके सेंटिमेंट्स को भी हम रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं। लेकिन मेरा भी इनसे निवेदन है कि जब हमने कहा कि हम इसको सब्सक्राइब नहीं करते हैं, तो आप भी इसको पॉलिटिसाइज मत कीजिए, इसकी जरूर चिंता करिए।
So, one minute. Let me make my observation. You please take your seat.
सर, मैं
Let me see what you can. No.
मैं सिर्फ नड्डा साहब के नाम नहीं बोल रहा हूं। नड्डा साहब की बात नहीं है। मैं किसी के बारे में बोलना नहीं चाहता। अगर वहां पर रजिस्टर करो,
You please take your seat.
अरेस्ट करो,
Let him
पुलिस स्टेशन
Please
में
take your seat.
यही मेरी मांग है.
Number, I will make my observation. If untouchability is not a sin, there. No. Number, please take your seat. No, please take your seat. Nothing will go on record. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. No. You please take your seat. You please take your seat. If untouchability is not a sin, there is no sin in this world. We all condemn, irrespective of our party, irrespective of our ideology, irrespective of anything, we all condemn untouchability and we all are purified. There is no need for anyone to purify us again and again. No. What I am saying, you have listened to Nadaji, na? I request the government also, those who have done the wrong thing, they will be investigated, they should be caught and they should be punished. There is no two different opinion on this. And honorable members, Sriman Praveen Chakravarti ji has given a notice rule 157 for disapproval of the Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Amendment Bill 2026. In this regard, I wish to inform the honorable member that the notice does not fall within the scope of the absaid rule. Further, there is no provision either in the Constitution of India or in the rules of the procedure and conduct of the business in the Council of States Rajya Sabha for giving a notice for disapproval of a bill. Hence, this notice is not admitted. Now, I call upon Srimati Sagariga Ghosh. Yeah, that when I am going for it, I will put the amendment for the vote when I am going for it. Now I am calling the speakers.
Sir, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this very important bill. We are in Independence Day week. When we celebrate the independence of India, we celebrate parliamentary democracy. So it is a sad day that in parliamentary democracy today, the Home Minister cannot be bothered to come to the House.
You are not talking about the bill. Nothing will go on record. Now, Sriman Tarun Sukji, please take your seat.
सभापति महोदय,
नायक जी,
मैं खनन और खनिज विकास और संशोधन 2026 पर अपने विचार रखने का आपने मुझे अवसर दिया। मैं उसकी सपोर्ट के लिए आपका धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं इस विधेयक को पूर्ण समर्थन करते हुए अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं कि ये विधेयक देश के खनिज क्षेत्र में वित्तीय स्थिरता, निश्चितता और पारदर्शिता की दिशा में एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। ये विधेयक खनिज संसाधनों के विकास को राष्ट्रहित और आर्थिक विकास और विकसित भारत 2047 की व्यापक दृष्टि के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। मेरे भारत के अंदर सदियों से ही खनिज पदार्थों का सही तरह से इस्तेमाल हो, इसके लिए चिंतन होता रहा है। चाहे आचार्य कुटिल्य हो या अर्थवेद हो, हर जगह पर भूमि को माता और उसकी संतानें हम सब हैं, उसका रक्षा करना, उसका विकास करना और उसके धन से खनिजों का प्रयोग करना। ये मैं आपसे निवेदन करता हूं कि खनिज संसाधन देश की आर्थिक और सामरिक शक्ति के लिए महत्वपूर्ण आधार है। ये संसाधन कुछ राज्यों से अधिक मात्रा में उपलब्ध हैं, लेकिन इसका प्रयोग पूरा देश करता है। मैं इस विधेयक का समर्थन करता हूं और धरती के नीचे जो संपदा है वो किसी एक सरकार की जागीर नहीं है, पूरे राष्ट्र की है और आने वाली पीढ़ियों की सांझी अमानत है। आज ये सदन केवल एक व्यवस्था तय नहीं कर रहा, आज ये सदन ये तय कर रहा है कि भारत की भूमि का संपदा बिखराव की बेड़ नहीं चढ़ेगी और ये आज का विधेयक मैं इसका समर्थन करता हूं।
There was a face-off that had erupted between the opposition and the government in the Rajya Sabha, with the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, claiming that how a venue, the Ram Leela ground in Uttarakhand, was purified after he addressed a rally over there on August 8, after which he said that he did not want to make it a political point, but because he never wants sympathy for being a Dalit, but he was deeply hurt because of this action that was taken after he addressed a rally in Uttarakhand's Ramlila ground. There was a purification drive, which the Congress is claiming, which was carried out by a BJP-backed group, to which JP Nadda, the leader of the House, he said that that the BJP condemns it, and everyone present over there condemns it, and this should not have been done, and they will probe the matter if it is done, and if anybody is found guilty, then action will also be taken against them. But the war of words didn't stop there. Mallikarjun Kharge continued speaking on this issue, to which JP Nadda said that this issue must not be politicized and sensationalized, and that the BJP condemns it, and it's a matter of concern for the BJP as well as for the nation. This is what JP Nadda said, and that he also claimed, but because they are condemning it and they will be taking action, they will be probing the matter, it's not right to point fingers towards the BJP. This is what JP Nadda told Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha, and JP Nadda assured that action will also be taken if anybody is found guilty of carrying out the purification drive after Mallikarjun Kharge held a rally in Uttarakhand's Ramlila ground. So the war of words were going on this matter over the purification drive, alleged purification drive that Mallikarjun Kharge claims was done by a BJP-backed group. Let's listen in.
सर, बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है, मैं हल्द्वानी में पब्लिक स्पीच में रामलीला मैदान में रामलीला स्टेज पे भाषण किया और लाखों लोग वहां पर थे। उस वक्त मैंने किसी समाज का, किसी धर्म का नाम नहीं लिया, सिर्फ मैं लोगों के समस्याओं को वहां पर बताया। लेकिन मेरे स्पीच होने के बाद कल वो लोग, बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए। ये you might have read in the newspaper. Is it the way in democracy? How you are protecting the constitution? That too, I am a leader of opposition. I am serving.
माननीय खड़गे जी ने कहा है, ये सच में बहुत ही दुखदाई विषय है, और ये दुखदाई सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए नहीं, ये दुखदाई हम सब के लिए है। बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, यहाँ राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी भी बैठे हैं और मैं भी पूर्व राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नेवर। लेकिन आपने कहा है हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे, लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं,
when the leader of the house is on his legs, why you are shouting?
लेकिन जो भी बात हुई है उसकी तहकीकात जरूर होगी, लेकिन मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, इस तरह की एक्टिविटी को भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी भी सब्सक्राइब नहीं करती है। मैं भर्त्सना करता हूं और मैं भर्त्सना भी करता हूं, और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी इसको गहराई से देखेंगे भी, लेकिन आपकी भावनाओं को जो ठेस पहुंची है वो सच में हम सब के लिए खेद का विषय है।
So even the Rajya Sabha chairman condemned the alleged purification drive that Mallikarjun Kharge was talking about, and he said that untouchability is not a sin, but we all condemn it, and irrespective of our parties and ideologies, and this should not have been done if it has been done at all. JP Nadda has assured Mallikarjun Kharge that there will be a probe, and this matter will be probed, and if anybody is found guilty, then action will also be taken against the accused. addressed. So Mallikarjun Kharge claimed that he had addressed a rally in Uttarakhand's Haldwani at the Ramlila ground, and after he addressed the rally, the stage was purified. This was the allegation from Mallikarjun Kharge. What he's also claiming that this was done by the BJP, to which JP Nadda said that they have no role to play in this, and BJP does not subscribe to such activities. This is what the leader of the house said, and he also condemned this, and he assured that action will be taken, a probe will be conducted, and if anybody is found guilty, then action will also be taken. In fact, even the chairperson said that this is not right, and we all condemn this irrespective of our parties and ideologies. So on the last day of the monsoon session, the Lok Sabha has been adjourned indefinitely, but if we talk about the Rajya Sabha is still functioning, and there was a war of words that had erupted in the Rajya Sabha.
सर, बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है, मैं हल्द्वानी में पब्लिक स्पीच में राम और लाखों लोग रामलीला स्टेज पे भाषण किया और लाखों लोग वहां पर थे। उस वक्त मैंने किसी समाज का, किसी धर्म का नाम नहीं लिया, सिर्फ मैं लोगों के समस्याओं को वहां पर बताया। लेकिन मेरे स्पीच होने के बाद कल वो लोग, बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए। ये you might have read in the newspaper. Is it the way in democracy? How you are protecting the constitution? That too, I am a leader of opposition. I am serving.
माननीय खड़गे जी ने कहा है, ये सच में बहुत ही दुखदाई विषय है, और ये दुखदाई सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए नहीं, ये दुखदाई हम सब के लिए है। बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, यहाँ राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी भी बैठे हैं और मैं भी पूर्व राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नेवर। लेकिन आपने कहा है हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे, लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं,
when the leader of the house is on his legs, why you are shouting?
लेकिन जो भी बात हुई है उसकी तहकीकात जरूर होगी, लेकिन मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, इस तरह की एक्टिविटी को भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी भी सब्सक्राइब नहीं करती है। मैं भर्त्सना करता हूं और मैं भर्त्सना भी करता हूं, और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी इसको गहराई से देखेंगे भी, लेकिन आपकी भावनाओं को जो ठेस पहुंची है वो सच में हम सब के लिए खेद का विषय है।
And we now get you some inside scoop of what unfolded in the Lok Sabha today. So Amit Shah walked into slogan shout-down in the Lok Sabha. Opposition was chanting, "Apologize, apologize." The opposition asked who ordered lathi charge, and Home Minister Amit Shah gestured NDA MPs to take their seats because they were also shouting slogans against the opposition at that time, and the NDA MPs fall silent after Amit Shah's gesture. And Amit Shah was smiling as the opposition continued to raise slogans against him and asking him to apologize. The opposition continued its apologize chants, and Prime Minister Modi also arrived as the slogan war continued in the Lok Sabha. and after which the Vande Mataram was sung and the Lok Sabha was adjourned indefinitely. So this is what unfolded when Home Minister Amit Shah arrived in the Lok Sabha before 11 a.m. The opposition began shouting slogans like apologize, apologize, and who ordered the lathi charge. And when MPs from the ruling side also started creating a commotion in response, Home Minister Amit Shah gestured for everyone to take their seats, and all the NDA MPs from the ruling side sat down after Amit Shah's gesture, and Amit Shah was smiling while the opposition, including the Congress party, continued to chant apologize, apologize, and subsequently the Prime Minister arrived, and following his arrival and the singing of Vande Mataram, the Lok Sabha was adjourned indefinitely. So this is what unfolded in the Lok Sabha today. Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi were also present on the last day of the monsoon session. And as soon as Amit Shah walked into the Lok Sabha, there was sloganeering which was being done by the opposition leaders. They started chanting slogans like apologize, apologize, and who gave the order, who ordered lathi charge. And Amit Shah then gestured the NDA MPs to take their seats, because they had also started responding with responding with slogans, to which Amit Shah then gestured and told the NDA MPs to sit down, and then they quietly sat down, and after which Prime Minister Modi also arrived, and the entire Vande Mataram was then sung, and the Lok Sabha was then adjourned. Remember, the opposition for weeks now has been demanding Amit Shah to speak on the July 20th student protest, and has been asking to Amit Shah to answer the question that who authorized the firing on the student protesters. So that is what the opposition has been demanding from the Home Minister. The Home Minister this week said that he's ready to hold a discussion in the Parliament, given that there is no ruckus by the opposition, and the opposition takes part in the discussion. But Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, clearly said that he's not interested in listening to Amit Shah's speech, and that the opposition is seeking a simple answer as to who authorized the firing on the student protesters. If it was done by Amit Shah, then he must resign, and if at all it was not ordered by Amit Shah, then also he must resign, citing incompetence. So this is what Rahul Gandhi has been saying. Some more news coming in. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla did not read out the usual valedictory address, in which he highlights the performance and productivity of the Lok Sabha during the session. Meeting of floor leaders over tea in the Lok Sabha Speaker's chamber following the sine die adjournment of the House proceedings, and NDA leaders including the Prime Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah, and Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh are also present, and Kanimori has also arrived representing the DMK. So far, no floor leaders from the Congress party or other opposition parties have arrived for the Prime Minister's traditional tea meeting. So only DMK representation is there. DMK is being represented by Kanimori, but no other opposition leaders are present for the Prime Minister's traditional tea meeting. My colleague Piyush Mishra is now joining us with more details on this. Piyush, we're learning that Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla did not read out the usual valedictory address, in which he highlights the performance and productivity of the Lok Sabha during the session. This comes amid there are questions being raised over the complete washout and no productivity of the House.
Well, that's right. There has been no productivity of the House, and remember that since the day one, which means on 20th July, we have seen series of protests taking place there in Parliament. Initially, it was on the issue of Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. Then opposition changed its goalpost to the statement of Home Minister Amit Shah, and then we saw continuous protests disrupted in the Parliament because of these issues. And today, there is complete washout of this session, where no discussion has happened on any important bill. Only one bill, which was anti-paper leak amendment bill, that was the one on which the discussion happened, and the discussion went on for more than 20 hours. Apart from that, no discussion on any foreign bill happened, and we are now seeing a complete washout of this entire session. Every day opposition used to come at around 10 a.m. They used to hold a meeting, and then at 10:30 they used to hold protest outside Makadar, and then they go inside the house at around 11 a.m. and then they protested there in the house also. And because of the continuous disruption and chaos, we are now witnessing as to how this complete washout of this monsoon session. Though the government is saying that we were very much ready to not only respond to all the concerns and queries of opposition, but for a detailed discussion, not only for one statement, but proper answers. That was the view of government, but opposition did not listen to the government, and they continue to create a disruption inside and outside the house, demanding that government must apologize. They were also demanding that PM Narendra Modi must apologize for using the pellet guns and the excessive use of force on the students there at Jantar Mantar. So we have seen a lot of drama unfolding throughout the session, and finally today it was the last day at around 11 a.m. when Lok Sabha resumed. Vande Mataram, full Vande Mataram song was sung by all the MPs, and after that House has been adjourned Saturday.
Right, Piyush, do stay with us. We also have my colleague Monsoon Singh joining us on the story. Monsoon, we're learning that Prime Minister's traditional tea meeting is also being held, and only DMK MP Kanimori is present from the opposition, and no other floor leaders are attending. Is the opposition boycotting this traditional tea meeting?
See, the Lok Sabha speaker actually holds that traditional tea meeting where you can see those visuals. We've seen a boycott of that in the past as well. If you skip the previous session, before that also the opposition had boycotted the ceremonial tea of the Lok Sabha speaker. But last time we saw a lot of bonhomie and shared between the Prime Minister and Priyanka Gandhi and other opposition leaders, including Dharmendra Yadav, when the Prime Minister had shared some casual political banter with Priyanka Gandhi, if you remember. But this time round, with the political temperatures completely soaring, we've seen more than 120 hours of work, business being wasted. We've seen crores of rupees, spent in disruptions. If you look at the entire budget of the parliament, every hour almost more than 2 lakh rupees it costs the Lok Sabha to run the house, and that comes to almost above 90 hours of time wasted, and that tantamounts to more than 150 crores of money. So this is very interesting, because initially there are business advisory committee meetings where you can come to a common ground, discuss issues, but a lot of political brinkmanship and political stunts were used from either sides, whether it's the opposition or the ruling party. We've seen that there have been certain icebreaker meetings, but then again a lot of disruptions have happened with Rahul Gandhi's speech, calling for a breach of privilege, to, it coming to the entire 20th July Lati charge and demanding Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation, his resignation happening, then demanding the Home Minister's statement, and then the government agreeing on the last second day, the Home Minister giving a statement, the government agreeing in the last week, yes, he would give a statement and a complete discussion will take place. So a lot of peaks and troughs in this session, just like I recall, just like in 2010, when the entire session, the winter session was washed out on the 2G scam. In 2012, if you recall, it was a washout yet again of the same monsoon session for the CWG scam and also the Lokpal bill, the disruptions that happened. So this has happened in the past, and the cost that has to be borne is by the taxpayer. But right now, those visuals that you see is of opposition perhaps completely, boycotting that tea meeting of the Lok Sabha Speaker. Remember, the Home Minister had written to the Lok Sabha Speaker yesterday, a last-ditch attempt by the government to get the House into functioning, but it was perhaps too little too late. Rahul Gandhi completely, rebutted that proposal, saying that we are not interested in lectures of the Home Minister. So quite an action-packed session. Unfortunately for the people of this country, a waste of time.
Absolutely. Mausami, do stay with us. Piyush Mishra also continues to stay with us. Piyush, all right, we'll try to re-establish that connection with Piyush, but Mausami Singh continues to stay with us. Mausami, we're also learning that when Amit Shah entered the Lok Sabha today, the protests were not just happening outside the parliament at the Makar Dwar, but also sloganeering was underway as soon as Amit Shah entered the Lok Sabha. Opposition MPs were chanting slogans like apologize, apologize, and who gave the orders?
See, if you look at, this was the first time round after the 20th of July that we saw the Home Minister and the Prime Minister on the floor of the House. And the opposition had taken out an entire calendar chart, spelling out the absent days of the Home Minister. Even, running banners saying the Home Amit Shah Lapata. And, perhaps that is what, irked the government. We saw a lot of damage control in the last few days where Kiran Rijiju reached out to Rahul Gandhi. He went to his chamber. He gave Rahul Gandhi a telephonic call. They spoke on the phone. But the opposition was adamant that the Home Minister's statement should happen specifically on the shooting incident. Rahul Gandhi used the word shooting, whether who ordered the shooting, perhaps talking about the pellet guns used during the entire Lathi charge. And on the other hand, the government said that Rahul Gandhi was continuously changing the goalpost. First, you ask for the resignation of the education minister, then you go on to ask the statement of the Home Minister. You also, in the interim, ask for the resignation of the Home Minister, then you ask for an apology from the Prime Minister. So it was a string of measures, a string of demands that were laid out, and it's like a battle that only deepened as the days progressed. We saw that how there was a little discussion that took place over the examination amendment bill, the anti-cheating law amendment bill, and apart from that, 19 bills passed in a jiffy, just in the blink of an eye. Those bills were passed. Yesterday, the Minerals and Mines bill was passed in just about 5 to 6 minutes. In seconds, bills were passed in the House, in the din, and that actually spelled out the kind of friction that prevailed in the House. We heard a lot of war of words, a lot of digging at each other, but the big question really is that could the opposition, could the government have come to a common ground? Could there have been an attempt sooner than later? What the intensity of the attempts could have been earlier is the big question. Could the opposition have given some relented? Because there is a severe distrust that is prevailing between the opposition and the government, and it has been triggered by the entire students' movement that actually bore a big imprint in the parliament.
Absolutely, Mausami. Thank you so much for those details. So except for the anti-cheating bill, there were no discussions which were held on any of the 19 bills that were passed during the monsoon session. Let's take a look at what Minister Shrikanta Majumdar has to say on the complete washout.
देखिए, ये तो बहुत दुखद है देश के लिए, क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि कितना पैसा जाता है संसद को चलाने के लिए, और जनता की एक्सचेकर यानी टैक्स की पैसा है, और उसके बाद हमारा अपोजिशन जिस तरीके से संसद को चलने नहीं दिया, क्योंकि उनकी जो डिमांड थी कि डिस्कशन हो, हम डिस्कशन चाहते थे। इवन हमारे माननीय गृह मंत्री श्री अमित शाह जी ने भी स्पष्ट कर दिया कि वो सारे चीज़ों का आंसर करेंगे, ही इज़ रेडी टू आंसर ऑल द क्वेश्चंस, और वो जवाब भी देंगे। और इसी डर के कारण हमारा अपोजिशन जो है वो भाग गया। वो उनमें सामर्थ्य नहीं है कि वो सच का सामना करे, क्योंकि उनसे फिर सवाल पूछे जाएंगे कि आपके झारखंड में क्या हो रहा है, वो सवाल का जवाब उनके पास नहीं है।
So now that the monsoon session has ended, Lok Sabha has been adjourned indefinitely. The debate is now over the productivity of the House, with the opposition making charges on the government, that the government did not let the House function. The government claiming that it was the opposition that was adamant and did not let the House function. With that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Thank you for watching India Today. More news and updates will continue on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ। सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
News Track, where the voices that truly matter speak.
Why is the Congress party insisting on the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan?
Irresponsibility, the government's failure to secure exams and deliver justice to students.
The real newsmakers and global thought leaders driving change across India and the world.
The former IMF Executive Director, Surjit Bhalla, says that this is factually incorrect. Resign and go. Who are you telling this?
Exclusive conversations, unfiltered insights, straight from the biggest names and power corridors. Every night, we deliver what matters most.
Your grocery order arrives in minutes. But at one Mumbai store, the hygiene check came with a very different delivery. Cockroaches, expired food, damaged packaging, and food stored straight on the floor. This is the Malad West store of Blink Commerce Private Limited. And after an FTA inspection on August 7, the food license has been suspended. The inspection report reads like a checklist of what not to do with food. Cockroaches were found on stocks of fruits and vegetables. Several food products were allegedly expired. Others had damaged or tempered packing. And the storage itself raised red flags. Food items placed directly on the floor. Rusted racks, poorly maintained cold storage, and inadequate pest and rodent control. The FTA also flagged waste management, personal hygiene, employee health records, medical checks, and inadequate protective equipment for food handlers. In short, the problem wasn't one cockroach. It was a whole chain of hygiene failures. And this is not an isolated concern. In Bengaluru rural, food safety officials have now flagged unhygienic conditions at a Zepto warehouse in Hoskote, operated by Nippon Express. Officials inspected the facility and raised concerns over hygiene and food safety conditions. Further action is expected based on the inspection findings. Because at the end of the delivery chain, the food does not stay in a warehouse. It lands on your plate. And the message from FTA is simple. Convenience can be instant, but food safety cannot. Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
राहुल गांधी नेता प्रतिपक्ष होने लायक नहीं। देश का दुर्भाग्य है कि राहुल गांधी है जो इस लोकसभा में गृह मंत्री जी के वक्तव्य को या गृह मंत्री जी के जवाब को लेक्चर कह रहा हो, तो उसको इससे साफ है कि इस लोकतंत्र के या इस पार्लियामेंट में या पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में कोई आस्था नहीं। जिस तरह से हंगामा करना, जिस तरह से पूरा सदन को वॉश आउट कर दिया, जब गृह मंत्री जी कह रहे हैं कि हम विस्तार से चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार हैं और सभी प्रश्नों का जवाब देंगे, यही मांग थी और इसको गृह मंत्री जी ने समय दे दिया 3 बजे तक, जबकि कल संसदीय कार्य मंत्री और स्पीकर साहब ने भी कहा था। तो इससे साफ है कि इनके पास कोई जवाब सुनने के लिए नहीं है। वो समझते हैं कि शायद चर्चा होगी विस्तार से तो रांची की भी चर्चा होगी, झारखंड पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन की भी चर्चा होगी, कर्नाटका की भी चर्चा होगी, केरला की भी चर्चा होगी। आखिर वहां भी तो परीक्षाएं लीक हुई। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा था कि ये विषय किसी राज्य का नहीं है, किसी दल का नहीं है, इसीलिए कठोर कानून बनाया। लेकिन अब जिस तरीके से जो भाषा, अमर्यादित भाषा राहुल गांधी एक विपक्ष के नेता होकर के कर रहे हैं गृह मंत्री जी पे, देश के गृह मंत्री हैं जिन्होंने धारा 370-35 से समाप्त करने का प्रस्ताव किया, जिन्होंने नक्सलवाद को समाप्त करने के लिए संकल्प लिया, उसको पूरा किया। और आज देश की जनता आज के इस राहुल के बयान से जान चुकी है कि कौन भाग रहा है। आज विपक्ष भाग रहा है इस चर्चा से, गृह मंत्री के जवाब को सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, क्योंकि वो भाग रहा है, क्योंकि उसको जब एक एक जवाब मिलेगा तो इससे नहीं चलता। अगर आप न भी आप सहमत हो तो सदन तो चलने दें।
When Janmuni Conver returned to Jharkahnd on Sunday after winning gold at the National Karate Championship held in Delhi, there was no house to go back to. Instead, there was a tent. This has been the 17-year-old's home since July 19th, when floodwaters entered her house, forcing a family to take refuge on the embankment.
मेरा पीछे घर है, पूरा फ्लैट की वजह से प्रैक्टिस कर नहीं पाया.
The fish and poultry were swept away. They managed to save the cattle, essential documents, and Jan Moni's medals and prizes. But without any funds, the trip to Delhi was itself in doubt. This is when Jan Moni found a savior in Alak Pandey of Physics Wala fame, who donated 3 lakh rupees.
अलक पांडे सर ने मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट किया, इसलिए मैं नेशनल गया और गोल्ड मेडल जीत के आया. फ्लाइट का टिकट कर दिया, मुझे खेलने के लिए बोला और ये कहा कि तुम मुझे प्रॉमिस करो गोल्ड मेडल लेके आओगे.
While a family got down to planning a trip, she got down to training on the embankment itself.
घर पूरा डूब गया और प्रैक्टिस करने के मतलब घर के सामने ही प्रैक्टिस करता था. प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए कोई जगह नहीं थी, वो रास्ते पे ही कर लेते थे.
Jan Moni has a busy year ahead. She's in class 12th and will face board exams in few months to come, some of which will be spent at this temporary shelter. This tent is more than just the address of a gold medalist. It is also a reminder of the devastation suffered by Assam due to floods. With Purna Bikas Bora, Bureau Report, India Today.
Hi, good afternoon and thank you for tuning into India Today. I'm Suesha Samant. You're watching Lunch Break. Let's begin with the top headlines we're tracking for you this afternoon. Lok Sabha adjourned, sine die ends with Vande Mataram. Government and opposition MPs stood up for national song. Lok Sabha adjourned without Shah's response. Mallikarjun Kharge versus JP Nadda over Uttarakhand stage Shuddhikaran. Kharge says stage purified after my speech, says anti-Dalit mindset exposed. Nadda says condemn such acts, will order complete probe on cleansing. Day 20 of raging protests in Ranchi. Mahato's hunger strike enters day 12. BJP continues to stand with students. Former CM gives ultimatum to Soren Sarkar, warns hunger strike if no CBI probe. BJP seeks inquiry into police crackdown. Air India mishap probe widens. Maintenance report flags tech failures. Flight had recorded 3 hydraulic alerts. Aircraft's autopilot disconnected twice. After marijuana, tech failures in focus. Karnataka Assembly canteen infested by cockroach. Cockroach on plates of Assembly Hotel. Hotel serves food to ministers and IAS officers. Karnataka Health Department on a raid spree. Raids even its own canteen. Violation of food safety norms flagged. Prajwal's perversion at peak, lodged in prison in a rape case but watches porn behind bars. Phone seized, 90 porn videos found, obscene images of women also found. And first up, we get you details. Student protest that continues. Students have warned of potential siege of the Chief Minister's residence after the 15th of August. The protest persists even after the student siege of the Legislative Assembly on the 10th of August. Although the number of students at the protest site has decreased now, as is being seen on the ground, preparations are underway to intensify this agitation once again. Students have stated that if the government fails to take any positive initiative, they may lay siege to the Chief Minister's residence after the 15th of August. In view of the students' protests, security arrangements at the Chief Minister's residence have been heightened. And it is not just his residence but even surrounding areas. Barricades have been erected on key roads and over 100 additional personnel have been deployed. The district and police administrations are on high alert due to the presence of students at the Jaipal Singh Munda Stadium. Barricading on key routes, traffic has been diverted. For security reasons, barricades have been placed on major roads leading to the Chief Minister's residence. Traffic arrangements have been altered to several routes, specifically the road connecting Morhabadi and Suchna Bhavan that has been diverted. The traffic diversion led to congestion in areas including Kucheri Chowk, causing inconvenience to commuters heading to offices, schools and colleges. Police and administration are on alert. The district administration and police headquarters are vigilant regarding the growing number of students at the Jaipal Singh Munda Stadium. Additional police forces have been deployed at sensitive intersections and major thoroughfares. Plainclothes police personnel and intelligence officers are also monitoring the situation very closely, while drone cameras are being used to keep an eye on the protests and the surrounding areas. Police officials have stated that no one will be permitted to take the law into their own hands. That's the latest on the situation as students are planning this siege, that too outside the Chief Minister's residence, for the very reason that this action is now being taken to prevent any untoward incident. But remember, this they are planning after the 15th of August. Now, you do remember what had happened the last time when the protests had escalated, especially when there was use of excessive force by the cops, for which the Jharkand government had been criticized. We're trying to get more voices from the ground, as we understand that at the moment the number of students have decreased, but that does not in any way indicate that the protest is now simmering down. Rather, it is set to intensify, and that too after the 15th of August, because students who are planning to lay siege outside the Chief Minister's residence. It's been 20 days of protests already in Jharkhand over exam regularities. That very much continues despite the police crackdown that had happened on the 10th of August. The massive student-led agitation is now nearing the 3-week mark, while the hunger strike by activist Devendra Mahato has entered into its 12th day. Amid the protests, security has been beefed up outside and around Chief Minister Soren's residence. Multiple layers of barricading have been placed outside the Chief Minister's residence. The protest icon Devendra Mahato, who is hospitalized, has now written to the Ranchi civil surgeon, urging him to grant him permission to return to the protest site, saying that students are agitating for their rights and that this is not just a protest but also a responsibility and a source of hope for him. The BJP continues to extend its support to the protesting students. Former Chief Minister Raghubar Das has threatened to go on a hunger strike if the Hemant Soren government fails to recommend or order a CBI probe into the alleged exam irregularities. The BJP is also demanding an inquiry into the lathi charge and use of water cannons against protesting students during the August 10 Vidhan Sabha Gherao March.
It's the 20th day of the agitation by the students in Jharkhand, and now what we see, the fortified area of Chief Minister Hemant Soren's residence. Look at this massive barricading. That's the main premises of Chief Minister's residence, heavily fortified and barricaded. Security deployment apparatus has been placed, and even on the boundary line, the boundary area of the Chief Ministerial residence, the periphery, has also been heavily fortified with these barricades throughout the 500-meter stretch. That's also adjacent to the residence of a Speaker of Jharkhand Assembly, and now along with the security apparatus, the whole of this residential area have been fortified with the barricading. Students, earlier we have seen marching towards the assembly, that led to the massive scuffle. Now there is also anticipation, what if the students also announced to march to the Chief Ministerial residence. residents. Anticipating the security threat, look at these barricading. The whole area have now been fortified. The students still adamant they are protesting. The agitation continues even on the 20th day. However, gradually we have seen the post-crackdown. Somewhere the student agitation is also fading, but at the same time, there are a number of those students who are still at the protest side as they are adamant on the withdrawal of CGL results. But for now, we see the fortified areas of the Chief Minister's residence in Ranchi. In Ranchi with Lokendra, I'm Ashutosh Mishra for India Today. It's the 20th day of the agitation by the students in Jharkand, and now what we see, the fortified area of Chief Minister Hemant Soren's residence. Look at this massive barricading. That's the main premises of Chief Minister's residence, heavily fortified and barricaded. Security deployment apparatus has been placed, and even on the boundary line, the boundary area of the Chief Ministerial residence, the periphery, has also been heavily fortified with these barricades throughout the 500-meter stretch. That's also adjacent to the residence of a Speaker of Jharkhand Assembly, and now along with the security apparatus, the whole of this residential area.
कैसे लड़ते रहूँगा, मैं उनकी बात तो नहीं आऊँगा, लेकिन मेरा मानना है कि सरकार इस पर जो है सो संज्ञान ले, क्योंकि ये मामला बहुत ही गंभीर हो गया है। और पूरे देशवासियों से कहना चाहेंगे कि आप लोग आइए झारखंड, इस झारखंड में आकर के आप लोग हमारे साथ इस आंदोलन को और आगे लेके चलिए, इस आंदोलन को बड़ा कीजिए, क्योंकि ये आंदोलन भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ
कभी भी जनता के हित से नहीं है, ये कभी भी युवाओं के हित से नहीं है। हम धन्यवाद देंगे राहुल गांधी जी को कि हमारी सरकार है, उसके बाद भी राहुल गांधी जी ने घटना चक्र की खंडन किया है। लेकिन भाजपा से पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुमको तो सीख लेना चाहिए राहुल गांधी जी से। बिहार में युवाओं को बर्बरतापूर्वक सलूक किया, AK-47 से गोलियां आदि मारा, सैकड़ों बच्चे डिटेन किए गए, हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है, सीरियस बच्चे हैं, लेकिन कोई भी भाजपा का नेता कुछ नहीं बोलेगा। जंतर मंतर में क्या नहीं हुआ, एक भी बीजेपी के नेता ने इस संदर्भ में एक बयान तक नहीं दिया।
बच्चे बच्चियों को जिस बेरहमी से पीटा गया, जैसे बताया गया शाम में विधानसभा के गेट के बाहर, हमें लगता है कि अंग्रेज शासन में भी इस तरह की आंदोलनकारी की पिटाई नहीं की गई। जिस तरह हमारे बच्चे बच्चियों को घेर के पुलिस चारों तरफ से उसकी पिटाई की गई। प्रतिपक्ष माननीय राहुल गांधी, जिसके समर्थन से सरकार चल रही है, एक तरफ दिल्ली में छात्र के नाम पर छाती पीट रहे हैं, वहीं झारखंड में हमारे बच्चे बच्चियां 20 दिन से हमारा अनशन में धरना में बैठे हुए, तो खाली ट्वीट करके आंख में चौनी का खेल कर रहे हैं।
Well, India Today's Rajdeep Sardesai spoke to Jharkhand student leader Devendra Mahato, who is on hunger strike leading the student protest. Listen in to what he said.
आप वहां लेटे हुए हैं, अस्पताल में हैं, 2 दिन से आपको अस्पताल में रखा गया है। क्या आप अब तैयार हैं इस भूख हड़ताल को तोड़ने के लिए, या ये जारी रहेगा?
हालात नहीं तोड़ सकते हैं सर। आज मेरा 11वें दिन है और सदर अस्पताल में भी भूख हड़ताल जारी है। आज जो 10 तारीख को विधानसभा में जो लाखों की तादाद में जो युवा आए और आंदोलन में साथ खड़ा रहे, ये मेरे लिए सिर्फ आंदोलन नहीं है, बल्कि उनके विश्वास और उम्मीद पर एक मेरा जिम्मेवारी है। भले अभी मैं
आप कह रहे हैं ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, लेकिन वहां सरकार कह रही है कि वो आपकी मांगे, ज्यादातर सभी मांगे पूरी की गई है। कौन सी वो मांग है जो आप कह रहे हैं नॉन नेगोशिएबल?
सरकार मैं सरकार से मैसेज भेजा हूँ। हॉस्पिटल में कई सप्ताह पक्ष से विधायक और मंत्री जन हमसे मिलने आए थे। हमने उनको कहा है कि जो मांग पत्र हमने सौंपा है उसमें से आप पत्र जारी कर दीजिए कि भाई काम माना गया। अभी तक सिर्फ आश्वासन को और सिर्फ बयानों से मानी गई है। जारी होना चाहिए।
नहीं, कौन सी वो मांग है जो नॉन नेगोशिएबल है? सीबीआई प्रोब या जितने भी एग्जाम्स जो जिसमें धांधली हुए सभी को कैंसिल करना है? क्या कौन सी मांग है जिस पर आप बिल्कुल अड़े रहेंगे?
ये सरकार भले दावा कर रही है कि मैं 98% मांग पूरी कर ली है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि सरकार 50% मांग भी नहीं मानने वाली है।
तो ये आंदोलन क्या आप हेमंत सोरेन सरकार के मंत्रियों के खिलाफ ये आंदोलन है? पूरी जो सिस्टम है उनके खिलाफ आंदोलन है? हेमंत सोरेन खुद के खिलाफ है? क्योंकि मैंने देखा है कि आप तो शिबू सोरेन को बहुत मानते हैं, उनके पोस्टर्स रखे थे। इज दिस अगेंस्ट हेमंत सोरेन या पूरे सिस्टम या गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो भाई हम लोग सिस्टम सिस्टम को शिकार हैं, तो सिस्टम के खिलाफ आंदोलन कर रहे हैं और सिस्टम सुधार की जिम्मेदारी सरकार की है। अगर सरकार सिस्टम सुधार में नाकाम साबित होगी इतना हम सरकार के अगेंस्ट जाएंगे। फिलहाल अभी तक हम लोग सरकार के विरोध में नारे तक नहीं लगा रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर सरकार हमारे सिस्टम सुधार में नाकाम होगी तो बिल्कुल हम लोग सरकार को फिर उठा सकने की बात करेंगे। वो सरकार किस काम की जो युवाओं को संतुष्ट न कर पाए।
I take this to my colleague Satyajit Kumar now joining us on the broadcast. Satyajit, the latest from you on how it appears on the ground and what exactly is the plan post the 15th of August, as we understand that the students are planning to escalate this and lay siege outside the Chief Minister's residence.
Of course, this is what we have gathered, that the agitation could intensify post 15th August, and since the session is not on, the session is over, they could march to the CM house also. This is what the inputs are coming, and that is why the administration and the government is trading cautiously. The CM house has been fortified. The periphery of the CM house has been barricaded in multi-layers, and they will ensure that none enters inside that premises, that periphery. And they were on a high alert after the BJP leaders had staged a protest and they had attempted to gherav the CM house on August 10th, and under the leadership of Aditya Sahu, BJP president and Rajya Sabha MP, many other leaders had come down near the CM house, including Babulal Marandi and others. After that, the administration is on alert and they have diverted all the traffic that was allowed earlier to cross from the vicinity of the CM house. They have been diverted. You cannot move towards the CM house from Moravadi. There is a barricade out there. From the Speaker house to CM house, it is only one lane. The traffic has been allowed only on one lane. If you want to move towards Durga Mandir, there is a barricade out there, and the whole city is experiencing a heavy congestion in traffic. The traffic is moving in a sloth pace. So the government is on alert and the students are in a no mood to budge until their demands are considered. So it is expected that after 15th August, they can put up another show to make their presence felt and mount pressure on the government to concede their demands.
All right, Satyajit, many thanks for getting us the latest. And more breaking news coming in. BJP attacks opposition over parliament washout. BJP has said that the opposition has failed to debate or raise key issues. BJP also saying that the government was ready to debate, but the opposition chose to resort to ruckus. Also saying that no opposition MP has raised the need issue during the exam bill. BJP saying that India deserves an opposition that has the ability to debate. BJP's Amit Malviya, who's put out this latest post that reads, and I quote, by disrupting parliament throughout the monsoon session, the opposition has failed to debate on or raise key issues of public importance. Legislative business had to be conducted amid the din, leaving little room for a meaningful exchange of ideas. Even when the government was prepared to make a statement on the floor of the House and answer questions relating to the Neet protests, the opposition chose disruption over debate. Worse, when the strengthened examination bill was being debated, not a single opposition MP raised the Neet issue. The country is watching. Rahul Gandhi has once again failed to offer a meaningful vision, a coherent alternative, or even a serious idea. If this is how the Congress thinks it can win the trust of the people, it is living in a fantasy. The country deserves an opposition that debates, questions, and offers alternatives, not one that simply disrupts Parliament. And for the foreseeable future, this approach will not take the Congress anywhere. Let me take this to my colleague Piyush Mishra now joining us on the broadcast. Piyush, the manner in which the monsoon session has turned out, the BJP was bound to respond to this, especially when they had openly dared the opposition to say that we are willing to debate, come on the floor, let the House function. But the opposition that continued to stage that protest.
Well, that's right, Suresha. We have seen as to how this entire session is complete washout. No discussion on any important thing happened. We also saw that the discussion which happened, that was happened only on anti-paper leak amendment bill, and that happened for around 22 hours. Apart from that, no bill was thoroughly discussed, and on the same note, Amit Malviya, who is the BJP ICSL head, is coming out with a statement saying that by disrupting Parliament throughout the monsoon session, the opposition has failed to debate or raise issues of public importance. Usually, you would remember that yesterday the last and the biggest outreach was made by Home Minister Amit Shah, where we requested opposition to come to the floor of the House. If in writing to Lok Sabha Speaker by 2 p.m, government would start debate by 3 p.m, but even that did not happen. Amidst contains disruption, we are now seeing how the session is complete washout. The legislative business had to be conducted amid the din, leaving little room for a meaningful exchange of ideas. Even when the government was prepared to make a statement on the floor of the House and answer questions relating to the Neet protests, the opposition chose disruption over debate. That's what the BJP is now saying. Now it remains to be seen how things are further going to pan out, because this session has somewhere indicated that a lot of sour things have now erupted between government and opposition.
Piyush, I request you to stay on with us as we cut across to more breaking news coming in to how the Congress has responded. Meanwhile, Priyanka Gandhi has attacked Amit Shah after the Lok Sabha washout. She has said that Amit Shah came to Lok Sabha to sing Vande Mataram. The Congress has attacked Amit Shah, saying Home Minister was missing from Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha adjourned sine die. Lok Sabha ended with MPs standing up to the national song. Listen in to what she said.
सेशन जिस तरह से वॉश आउट हुआ, मैम पूरा इस पर क्या कहेंगी मैम? मैम गृह मंत्री प्रधानमंत्री जी आज आए हैं वंदे मातरम गाने के लिए, आज आए हैं। पूरा सेशन चला है, ना प्रधानमंत्री जी आए ना गृह मंत्री जी आए, तो कैसे चलेगा फिर ये लोकतंत्र और ये पार्लियामेंट? सेशन जिस तरह से वॉश आउट हुआ, मैम पूरा इस पर क्या कहेंगी मैम? मैम गृह मंत्री प्रधानमंत्री जी आज आए हैं वंदे मातरम गाने के लिए, आज आए हैं। पूरा सेशन चला है, ना प्रधानमंत्री जी आए ना गृह मंत्री जी आए, तो कैसे चलेगा फिर ये लोकतंत्र और ये पार्लियामेंट?
Let me take this to my colleague Mosmi Singh now joining us on the broadcast. Mosmi, we're witnessing the blame game that is happening between the centre and the opposition. But how will the Congress respond to how the Home Minister had openly given that offer that he will debate, but they did not take it up?
See, clearly, this entire argument has seen several twists and turns, attacks and counter-attacks. If you look at it, it started from first a discussion on the public examination amendment bill called for the entire lathi charge allegations and counter allegations on the issue of lathi charge that happened on 28th July, and then that bill was passed. But importantly, most of the opposition leaders took to the floor to discuss how on 28th July students were beaten up, and they demanded that Home Minister Amit Shah should answer that. Even that time, the Home Minister was not in the Lok Sabha, on the floor of the House. And ever since then, there was a demand for sacking of the Education Minister. And day by day, the arguments and the intensity of the entire verbal duel kept increasing, Suvesha. If you look at the entire stretch of the monsoon session, the productivity of Lok Sabha was lower than that of the Raj Sabha. You know, hardly 16 to 17 hours we saw throughout the monsoon session. If you accumulate the time that the Lok Sabha has really run, it's just about 17 hours, which is actually very, very low. And importantly, as you said, that Rahul Gandhi was stuck on the fact that Home Minister Amit Shah should point blank answer on the shooting of on the students and the lathi charge, rather than a larger debate on the entire issue. Many within the opposition would argue that this was a platform where you could have actually targeted the Home Minister, since the government had finally agreed upon that. On the other side, the opposition, many members felt that this would give Amit Shah, who is a very, very acute observer and prepares his speeches very well, his speeches are well researched, it will give Amit Shah the floor to in fact bat as he wishes. So and therefore, with the ruling party MP speaking about Jharkahnd and other issues and paper leaks, it could actually divert the entire issue and focus from the lathi charge of on 28th July. And that's why you see that we've seen a very aggressive Rahul Gandhi, who's done a couple of press conferences during this session demanding the same answers. We've seen Akhilesh Yadav take to the floor of the House. Yesterday he said, why is Amit Shah not inside the House? And we see the Prime Minister and the Home Minister on the last day while the Parliament is being, Lok Sabha is being sine-die. So it gives a fresh ammunition to the opposition, while the government is constantly saying that opposition is indulging in the politics of disruption. Even the Parliamentary Affairs Minister yesterday, highlighted that the opposition continued to change their demands and change the goalpost.
Right. Maushmi, I request you to stay on with us as we are getting more responses from the Congress. In the latest, Mallikarjun Kharge has attacked the BJP over Haldwani Havan Rao. Kharge has said, for the BJP, is there no place for Dalits? That's the question he's asked, as Kharge has questioned the need for Havan at Haldwani ground. He has said Haldwani Havan has been used against Hinduism, where Nadda said that it condemns any purification. Nadda saying that he respects Kharge and his sentiments, but Nadda has promised to probe into the quote-unquote offensive rituals. Let me take this back to my colleague Maushmi Singh. But before that, a series of responses coming in. Let's listen in.
हम पहले से यही बोल रहे हैं कि इस देश में शेड्यूल कास्ट दलित लोगों को जगह नहीं है। धर्म के नाम पे सभी को डिवाइड कर रहे हैं और वहाँ पर हवन करने की क्या जरूरत थी। रामलीला मैदान है, पब्लिक मीटिंग होती है, हर पार्टी के लोग वहाँ करते हैं, लेकिन ये उनका जो उन्होंने किया, एक तो हिंदू धर्म के खिलाफ किया, दूसरा देश को डिवाइड करने का और जातियों में झगड़ा लगाने का काम वो लोग कर रहे हैं। इससे वो मालूम होता है और कैसा बीजेपी कहती है करती है, एक निशाना है, उसको मैं कंडम करता हूँ।
ये इनकी जो एकदम मतलब ये जो मानसिकता है उसका प्रदर्शन है कि बीजेपी की विचारधारा क्या है, आरएसएस की विचारधारा क्या है। इसका खंडन होना चाहिए, प्रधानमंत्री जी को इसका खंडन करना चाहिए और माफी मांगनी चाहिए।
Let me take this back to my colleague Maushmi Singh, who continues to stay with us on the broadcast. Maushmi, the controversy is escalating, especially with questions being asked by the Congress and how Nadda has responded.
See, clearly Mallikarjun Kharge there, who is also the Congress president, he went on to say that he's never flaunted or in fact tried to, play the victim card with his Dalit background. But he's demanded that a case should be registered under the Untouchability Act against whoever has behaved in this fashion and done a Shuddhikaran Havan. Naturally, the government, understanding the gravity and the sensitivity of the entire matter, that this could snowball into a huge controversy coming close on the heels of the Punjab and UP assembly elections, would not like to take this entire issue very lightly and in fact lightly at all. And we saw that's the reason we saw JP Nadda, the former president of the BJP, who's a very, very veteran politician, understand and take to the floor of the House to say that the inquiry will be done, and in fact saying that this is completely uncalled for. But I think that this is more than just a speech or an assurance given. This could in fact make a big political ammunition for the Congress to call out the double speak of the BJP. Already you can hear what Priyanka Gandhi and Mr. Kharge is saying. So clearly this being a very, very important political matter, where Mallikarjun Kharge, the politician in question himself, demanding an FIR.
Oh yes, absolutely. Maushmi, I request you to stay on with us as we also dwell into the story in greater detail. Yes, the big parliament face-off over Shuddhikaran Rao, where Rajya Sabha LOP Mallikarjun Kharge and leader of House JP Nadda engaged in a fierce war of words in the upper house. This after Kharge raised the issue. Kharge addressed a rally at Ramleela Maidan. This was on the 8th of August. This was part of the party's preparation for 2027 Uttarakhand Assembly polls. 3 days later, members of Shri Ram Sena Dharmarth Seva Nyas conducted a Shuddhikaran Yagna, or a purification ceremony, at that venue. The organization claimed that objectionable slogans had been raised from stage during political program. It said that Ramleela stage was a cultural platform and should not be made available for political events irrespective of the party involved. Rajya Sabha LOP Mallikarjun Kharge raised the issue in the upper house, alleging that purification ritual was conducted at the venue after his visit, and questioned whether such an act was compatible with democracy. He described the incident as an affront to the constitution and said he wanted to raise it as a political issue. Kharge also said that he had spent years in parliament and objected to what he described as an act of untouchability directed at him. JP Nadda termed the incident deeply distressing but rejected Kharge's assertion that BJP workers were behind it. Nadda also objected to Kharge continuing to hold BJP responsible after the party had already denied involvement and promised an inquiry. Rajya Sabha chair said that the incident should be condemned irrespective of political affiliations and called for those responsible to be identified and punished.
सर बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है, मैं हल्द्वानी में पब्लिक स्पीच में रामलीला मैदान में रामलीला स्टेज पे भाषण किया और लाखों लोग वहां पर थे। उस वक्त मैंने किसी समाज का, किसी धर्म का नाम नहीं लिया, सिर्फ मैं लोगों के समस्याओं को वहां पर बताया। लेकिन मेरे स्पीच होने के बाद कल वो लोग, बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए हैं। ये you might have read in the newspaper. Is it the way in democracy? How you are protecting the constitution? That too, I am a leader of opposition. I am serving.
माननीय खड़गे जी ने कहा है, ये सच में बहुत ही दुखदाई विषय है, और ये दुखदाई सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए नहीं, ये दुखदाई हम सब के लिए है। बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, यहाँ राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी भी बैठे हैं और मैं भी पूर्व राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नेवर। लेकिन आपने कहा है हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे, लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं
when the leader of the house is on his legs, why you are shouting?
लेकिन जो भी बात हुई है उसकी तहकीकात जरूर होगी, लेकिन मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं इस तरह की एक्टिविटी को भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी भी सब्सक्राइब नहीं करती है। मैं भर्त्सना करता हूं और मैं भर्त्सना भी करता हूं और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी इसको गहराई से देखेंगे भी, लेकिन आपकी भावनाओं को जो ठेस पहुंची है वो सच में हम सब के लिए खेद का विषय है।
तो इस तरह के कृत्य करके वो समाज में अंदर भिगटन डाल के किसी तरह से चाहते हैं राजनीतिक लाभ लेना, लेकिन हम इस मौके पे बीजेपी के लोगों से और उनके संगी साथी और नियत के लोगों से कहेंगे कि हम दलितों को, हम पिछड़ों को, आदिवासियों को, मुसलमानों को जितना आप अपमानित करोगे, जितना आप जलील करोगे, हमारा संघर्ष का संकल्प उतना ही और मजबूत होता जाएगा। घटने वाला नहीं है, ये बढ़ने वाला संकल्प है।
कांग्रेस गलत दिशा में जा करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बदनाम करने का कार्य कर रही है, क्योंकि वो कार्यक्रम भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यक्रम नहीं था। कई लोग, कई संस्थाएं इस तरह की।
And shortly from now, we'll cut across to that news conference that is being led by Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju. As the government is now mounting a full frontal attack against the opposition, blaming them for how the monsoon session in Parliament has been a complete washout. Let's cut across.
Monsoon session का अंतिम आज हम लोग यहाँ पार्लियामेंट कॉम्प्लेक्स में मिल रहे हैं। हमारे साथ में पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मंत्रालय के दोनों साथी अर्जुन राम मेघवाल जी, एल मुरुगन जी, सेक्रेटरी पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स निकुंज धल जी, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी सत्यप्रकाश जी और हमारे जितना बाकी ऑफिशियल्स हैं और मीडिया बंधुओं। मॉनसून सेशन आज समाप्त हो गए हैं। हम दो तरीके से देखते हैं। बिजनेस के दृष्टि से बहुत अच्छा सेशन रहा। कुल 12 बिल्स हमने पारित किए हैं। चर्चा की दृष्टि से अच्छा नहीं हुआ है। लोकसभा में जितना टाइम आवंटित किया गया है, टोटल टाइम एलोकेशन के हिसाब से सिर्फ 19% हमने प्रोडक्टिविटी की दृष्टि से 19% सक्सेस प्राप्त किया है। राज्यसभा में 39%। राज्यसभा में अपोजिशन पार्टी हंगामा करके कभी कभी वॉकआउट भी करते थे, तो बाकी मेजॉरिटी पार्टीज एनडीए के और कुछ अपोजिशन पार्टी के एमपीज ने डिबेट डिस्कशन में हिस्सा लिया। तो राज्यसभा का टोटल प्रोडक्टिविटी मॉनसून सेशन का 39%, लोकसभा का 19%। एक बिल सिर्फ चर्चा हो पाई लोकसभा में, जो प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अनफेयर मीन्स, एग्जामिनेशन में जो पेपर लीकेजेस का घटना होते हैं, लोग छुप छुप के पेपर भेजते हैं एग्ज़ाम के या खरीदते हैं, या ऐसे कई राज्यों में देश भर में घटना हुए हैं, उसको लेकर के कड़ा कानून जो पारित किया गया है इस सत्र में, वो है पब्लिक एग्जामिनेशन प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अनफेयर मीन्स एक्ट जो बना है। ये लोकसभा में भी डिस्कशन हुए थे और राज्यसभा में भी हुए हैं। इसके अलावा लोकसभा में कोई अच्छा चर्चा नहीं हुआ। बिल पास हुए हैं, 11 बिल्स पास किए हैं। इसलिए मैंने कहा टोटल 12 बिल्स पास किए हैं इन टोटल, और चर्चा की दृष्टि से हम खुश नहीं है क्योंकि अपोजिशन ने ठीक से चर्चा करने नहीं दिया, विशेष करके लोकसभा में, लेकिन बिजनेस अच्छा हुआ है। एक जो हमारा नोटिस में आया है मैंने कल भी कहा था, मेरा बहुत लंबा एक्सपीरियंस तो नहीं है, अभी लगभग 3 दशक होने वाले हैं, 30 इयर्स का मेरा एक्सपीरियंस होने वाले हैं। मैं बहुत बूढ़ा आदमी भी नहीं हूँ, फिर भी मैं इतना कह सकता हूँ कि मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस, मेरे ज़िंदगी में जो पार्लियामेंट्री एक्सपीरियंस जो मैंने देखा है, ये पहली बार है जहाँ ओपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे थे। पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में ओपोजिशन डिस्कशन के लिए डिमांड करते हैं और सरकार उसका जवाब देते हैं। ये तरीका होता है क्योंकि लोगों ने हमको चुना देश सेवा के लिए, समाज सेवा के लिए। ओपोजिशन सरकार से जवाब मांगता है और सरकार जवाब देना ही होता है पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में। तो पहली बार ये दृश्य देखने को मिला कि सरकार खुद कह रहे हैं कि हम डिस्कशन चाहते हैं और ओपोजिशन बहाना बना करके डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं। तो ये लोकतंत्र के लिए, विशेष करके संसदीय लोकतंत्र के लिए ठीक नहीं है। प्रेसिडेंशियल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट में तो लेजिस्लेचर अलग है, एग्जीक्यूटिव अलग है, और लेजिस्लेचर में सिर्फ आपस में डिबेट डिस्कशन होते हैं। पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी में हाउस के अंदर में सवाल जवाब होते हैं, क्वेश्चन आवर चलने नहीं दिया, और डिस्कशन सरकार खुद प्रपोज किया, ओपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं, बोलते हैं कि डिस्कशन सुनेंगे नहीं, मंत्री का जवाब नहीं सुनेंगे। ये पहले के मुकाबले ये नया चीज़ मुझे देखने को मिला, ये कल्पना से बाहर है कि ओपोजिशन खुद ही डिस्कशन नहीं चाहते हैं पार्लियामेंट में। दूसरा जो मैंने देखा है, विशेष करके कांग्रेस पार्टी में, कांग्रेस के एमपीज अब सोचते हैं कि उसका काम नारा लगाना और प्लेकार्ड बैनर लेकर के हंगामा करना, यही काम रह गया है, ऐसा सोचने लग गया है। नाराबाजी ये तो आप सड़क में कहीं भी कर सकते हैं, सदन में तो चुन के आते हैं, तो वहाँ तो डिबेट डिस्कशन के लिए आते हैं। तो एक ऐसा माहौल बना दिया कि कांग्रेस के एमपी सोचते हैं कि उनका मुख्य काम, प्रायोरिटी नाराबाजी है, ऐसा सोचने लग गया। सुबह सुबह उठता है, तकिया लेता है, पार्लियामेंट परिसर में पहुंचता है, नाराबाजी लगाएगा, गाली देगा, यही उनका काम रह गया है, ऐसा बना दिया है। तो मैं पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मंत्री होने के नाते कांग्रेस के जो विशेष करके नए एमपी हैं, उनके लिए मेरा दिल से मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, उनके लिए मुझे खराब लग रहा है। मैं बहुत संवेदनशील इंसान हूँ, कांग्रेस के एमपीओं का दर्द मैं समझ सकता हूँ। कैसे सीखेंगे अगर डिबेट डिस्कशन नहीं होगा तो? इसलिए जो सीनियर है उसको तो मैं कह नहीं सकता हूँ, लेकिन नए एमपीज को अच्छा डिस्कशन डिबेट का मौका नहीं मिला। गलती कांग्रेस पार्टी के ही है, लेकिन हम उम्मीद करते हैं जब हम विंटर सेशन के लिए मिलेंगे, शीतकालीन सत्र के लिए फिर मिलेंगे, तो कुछ अच्छा सोच समझ के साथ बदलाव होगा, मैं उम्मीद रखता हूँ। ये सत्र में आप लोगों ने बहुत कवरेज दिया। पार्लियामेंट्री रिपोर्टिंग बहुत क्रिटिकल होता है डेमोक्रेसी में। एक ज़माने में मैंने देखा, हम लोग जब नए नए एमपी बने थे, सुबह से लेकर के देर रात तक गैलरी में बैठते थे न्यूज़ वाले। उस समय तो लाइव टीवी नहीं थे और वो सोशल मीडिया नहीं थे, तो पार्लियामेंट्री रिपोर्टिंग मीडिया का इतना तगड़ा था कि अगले दिन हमारा क्या रिपोर्टिंग होगा। अब तो हेडलाइन का तलाश में सब चले गए हैं। पार्लियामेंट्री रिपोर्टिंग, डिबेट डिस्कशन का जो कोर इशू है, उससे भी एमपीज भी बहुत दूर हो गए हैं। तो आप लोगों का सहयोग मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, और इस बार काफ़ी जो गतिविधि में मीडिया ने कोई ऐसा चीज़ नहीं किया जिससे पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी को नुकसान पहुँचे। तो इसलिए मैं सारे मीडिया फ्रेंड्स को भी तहे दिल से मैं शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद कहना चाहता हूँ। थैंक यू।
उनके क्वेश्चन होंगे,
क्वेश्चन तो छोड़ दीजिए आज तक।
टोटल 12 बिल है, 11 आपने बोला लोकसभा में,
11 बिना चर्चा के पारित हुए, एक चर्चा हुए। टोटल बिल 12, लोकसभा में एक बिल में चर्चा हो पाई और 11 में चर्चा नहीं हो पाए। राज्यसभा में पूरा बिल पे चर्चा हुई। सिर्फ ओपोजिशन के प्रमुख कांग्रेस पार्टी और कुछ लोग भाग नहीं लिया, और कुछ ओपोजिशन पार्टी हिस्सा लिया। बाद में बताइएगा।
सर डिलिमिटेशन को लेकर
नहीं, अभी भविष्य का बात अभी मत पूछिए, उसके लिए मैं अलग से आप लोगों से वार्ता करूंगा।
वर्तमान में जियो।
हम वर्तमान में जीने वाले लोग हैं।
सरकार के पास नंबर है डिलिमिटेशन के लिए?
हाँ,
सरकार के पास
नहीं
डिलिमिटेशन के लिए?
आप भविष्य का सवाल पूछ के आज के महत्व को खत्म कर रहे हैं। तो आप छपेगा ही नहीं आज का, फिर आप फिर वो छपेगा।
वैसे भी डिलिमिटेशन
अच्छा, इनका नंबर ले लो, आप बुला लो।
आपका नंबर सरकार का काम है सदन चलाना।
हाँ, तो वही तो कह रहा हूँ, तो हंगामा करके बात करो ना। तो अपोजिशन तो बात करते थे ना, तो ये लोग अपोजिशन करके डिस्कशन से भागते हैं, ये फर्क है, समझ गए ना। मैं करूँगा फिर, ये तो विषय डाइवर्ट होता है। ठीक, ओके, थैंक यू।
And yes, that's the statement that has come in from Kiran Rijiju as part of this news conference, where he said that the government wanted debate, but the opposition fled. He said that this is the first ever opposition that runs away from debate, saying that the opposition said that they will not listen to ministers. Also adding that this is a new law to parliament debate where the opposition MPs just believe in disruptions. As new MP, we would spend time in the house, but all they resort to is sloganeering on the roads and not hold a constructive debate inside parliament. Kiran Rijiju saying that the hangama is not good for new Congress MPs, saying how will the new MPs even learn if all they witness in the parliament is uproar? That's the question that the government is now asking as they corner the opposition on how they were willing to have a debate on the key issues, on all the questions that the opposition wanted to ask, but not just did they block that debate. Rather, these constant disruptions is not setting a good example for the young MPs as well. Kiran Rijiju in that statement against the opposition saying that this is the first ever opposition that ran away from debate. Piyush Mishra joining us on the phone line. Piyush, an all-out attack where the government is also setting the narrative to say that if the monsoon session has been a washout, as it is because of the opposition, but questioning the opposition on why run away from the debate, saying that this is setting a bad example.
That's right, Suresha. Remember that the government has been requesting opposition to come on the house and have a discussion, and that's what Kiran Rijiju has also reiterated, that the monsoon session has been complete washout because of the opposition political parties. We do take in that government was always of the view of having discussion, and that's why not only Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju, but also Home Minister Amit Shah, gave an open offer to opposition political parties to have a debate on the issue of not only Jantar Mantar but also all the issues concerning the students' protests across the country. But no discussion happened, and now Rijiju is reiterating that this monsoon session is complete washout because of the kind of disruption and chaos which was created by the opposition political parties. Now it remains to be seen how the opposition is going to react on this. We have also been speaking to various MPs from the opposition. They were of the view that government should have, in the initial days itself, allowed to hold a discussion on the issue of Jantar Mantar, on the parrot gun which was fired at the students, and also they should have led the discussion on Ram Mandir issue also. But the government was not of the view of holding this discussion. You would also remember that in the last week of monsoon session, Rijiju made an open offer to which opposition never agreed. So now, as we are speaking, there was complete washout of monsoon session. Only discussion on anti-paper leak amendment bill happened. That was happened for around 20 to 22 hours. And apart from that, no discussion on any important bill happened, which is certainly suggests that how this entire session was a complete washout.
Piyush, many thanks for putting that into perspective. Let's once again listen into that statement that was made by Mallikarjun Kharge earlier.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे हैं, होम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे हैं, और मैं अंदर था, मैं सुन रहा था। सुनने के लिए तुम्हारे रूम में बैठ के सुनने के लिए आते हो? अरे या हाउस में बैठ के सुनो। उसके बाद ये सब ऐसे हैं कि दे वांट टू डिस्ट्रॉय डेमोक्रेसी एंड दे वांट टू means demoralize parliament members and वो ये चाहते हैं कि पार्लियामेंट हमारे सामने कुछ नहीं, सब कुछ हम है। ये उनकी आदत है और ये इनका ईगो जनता तोड़ेगी।
On that note, it's time for us to slip into a very short commercial break. We'll be back on the other side with the very latest. Do stay tuned to India Today.
करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री यूपीआई क्यूआर ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
The battle over eggs. This week, India Today's cover story explores the growing controversy over eggs in the midday meal scheme and what it reveals about nutrition, public policy and politics. Also in this issue, discover the changing political equation in Bihar, the future of the Udan scheme, and Cockroach Janta Party, the road ahead. Read the full report in the latest issue, The Battle Over Eggs. India Today, Making Sense of India. Now available for speed delivery on Amazon and Blinkit. Subscribe now at subscriptions.intoday.in.
The Jharkahnd protest is not just about exams. On the streets of Ranchi, it's a protest over jobs, vacancies and years of waiting. For thousands of young Jharkhandis, government recruitment has become a cycle of preparing, appearing, waiting and starting all over again. India Today has been on the ground speaking to protesters at the heart of this agitation. And behind the anger over JPSC, JSSC irregularities lies a much bigger crisis, the crisis of jobs. 26,001 assistant teacher vacancies were announced. Exams were held for it in 2024. 2 years later, appointments still remain incomplete. 9,000 TGT vacancies were announced in 2016. And these posts were abolished in 2025. For an aspirant, every vacancy is a chance. But protesters say in Jharkhand, even that chance has become uncertain.
हम 20 साल से परीक्षा का तैयारी करते हैं।
कितने साल से करी है आप?
20 साल से कर रहे हैं। मेरा 39 साल हो गया है। मैंने हाई स्कूल का भी परीक्षा क्वालिफाई किया। सिलेक्टेड कैंडिडेट से 20 नंबर अधिक नंबर लाया। इसके बावजूद भी मेरा नियुक्ति नहीं होता है।
And the problem is not limited to the education sector. 5,000 police vacancies were announced in 2023, 4 years after the last exam. But these exams were never held. Thousands of young men and women prepare for these posts often for years. And for those waiting against an age limit, every year matters.
दरोगा बनने का तो मैम ये वैकेंसी आया ही नहीं और मेरे पिताजी तो चले गए बट ये सपना ही रह गया। अभी हमारा मतलब कि ऐसा है कि करे कि नहीं करे।
अभी कितना एज हो गया है?
मैम मेरा अभी 28 हो गया मैम। तो अभी चीजें ऐसी हो गई है कि कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, आगे कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है, ऑप्शन नहीं है, ब्लैंक हो गया सब कुछ। और अभी क्या ही मैं बताऊं, जेपीएससी जेएसएससी सब में धांधली है। कम्प्लीटली छोटा से छोटा पोस्ट भी यहाँ पे पता चलता है कि सोल्ड आउट हो जाता है। तो कैसे बिलीव करेगा मैम, हम लोग यहाँ के मूल निवासी है। अब हम किसी अदर स्टेट में जाते हैं तो हम लोगों का कोई वैल्यू नहीं होता है।
The vacancies that candidates wait for are often the difference between staying in the race and being pushed out of it.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
It sounds like a scene straight out of a spy thriller. The US President boards Air Force One in full view of the cameras. But behind the scenes, there is a decoy aircraft, a catering truck and a secret military jet. And according to US media reports, Donald Trump is quietly moved from one aircraft to another without the press or even some White House staff knowing. Here is what reportedly happened on July 8th after the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey. Trump's convoy arrives at the airport. He's seen boarding an older Air Force One. A catering truck is seen moving alongside the aircraft. Trump is then reportedly taken away from Air Force One inside the vehicle. The truck carries him across the airport to a much smaller military aircraft, a US Air Force C-32A. And the aircraft takes off for Britain. But the deception does not end there. The large Air Force One also takes off for Britain, effectively serving as a decoy. Both aircraft later arrive at RAF Milton Hall in England, just minutes apart. And then comes the final part of the operation. Trump is seen stepping off the older Air Force One. US media reports say it was prompted by a credible Iranian threat targeting Trump and potentially his aircraft. The Secret Service reportedly advised the president to change aircraft and conceal his movements. And Trump himself has spoken about the Iranian threat in July. Let's listen in. An Iranian threat triggered an extraordinary security operation, with Trump's real flight kept secret until he was safely out of Turkey. Bureau Report, India Today.
And we cut across to breaking news. Coming in, the Punjab and Haryana High Court has stayed yet another recruitment process in Punjab. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has put a stay on another recruitment process in the state, while the pharmacist officer recruitment process in Punjab has been put on hold until the next hearing. The High Court has put a stay on another recruitment process until the next hearing. On Wednesday, the High Court stayed the recruitment process for 41 block program managers and 44 cluster coordinators under the Punjab State Rural Livelihoods Mission until September 2nd. The recruitment process began in January and the results were declared in February. The paper consisted of 70 marks, with 10 marks for interview, 10 marks for disqualification and 10 marks for experience. The petitioners had stated in the petition that the results declared did not clearly state the remaining 30 marks apart from the paper, and only the total marks were disclosed. The High Court summoned all records and formed a committee of lawyers and Rural Development Department officials to examine them. The committee found irregularities in the awarding of marks, and the court has halted the recruitment process until the next hearing happens. Let me take this to my colleague Asim Bassi to get further details on where exactly the lapses are and what the High Court is set to do next, as they've summoned all the records and formed a committee of lawyers on this.
Well, it's a jolt. Yes, it's a completely jolt after jolt for the Punjab government. Firstly, the pharmacy officer recruitment was halted. It was stayed by the Punjab and Haryana High Court. And now another examination took by Punjab government has come under controversy with Punjab and Haryana High Court halting the recruitment process of selection process of the recruitments under the Punjab State Rural Livelihood Mission. Actually, the petitioners had said that there was no clarity of the marks allocation, that on what grounds the marks were allocated. although the examination was of 70 marks and the 30 marks were from experience and interview and other things. So they said there was no clarity that how many exams, how many marks were given to the candidates out of those 30 marks. There was no clarity in the allocation. Following this, when the petition was filed, the Punjab and Haryana High Court, they formed a committee, and after the committee submitted a sealed cover report to the Punjab and Haryana High Court, the High Court said that certain anomalies are found in this entire process. So the selection process of these cluster coordinators and block managers is put on hold till September 2, which is the next date of hearing. So it is completely a big setback for the Punjab government. They're already grappling with the allegations in the pharmacy officer recruitment exams, and now this another jolt with Punjab State Livelihood Mission examination taken under for positions of 85 people total.
All right, Asim, many thanks for getting us those details. So, Asim, they're telling us how the Punjab and Haryana High Court has put a stay on another recruitment process in Punjab. So, while the pharmacist officer recruitment process in Punjab has been put on hold until the next hearing, the High Court has put a stay on another recruitment process until the next hearing. Now, on Wednesday, the High Court stayed the recruitment process for 41 block program managers and 44 cluster coordinators under the Punjab State Rural Livelihoods Mission until September 2nd. The recruitment process began in January and the results were declared in February. The paper consisted of 70 marks with 10 marks for interview, 10 marks for qualification and 10 marks for experience. The petitioners had stated in the petition that the results declared did not clearly state the remaining 30 marks apart from the paper, and only the total marks were disclosed. And let's now cut across to my colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath for all the latest news from the south. Over to you, Naga.
Vanakkam, Namaskara, good afternoon and a big welcome to India Today So South, where we get to every day the news that dominates the southern part of India. Like always, I'm joined from my team of colleagues from across the southern part of India. I have Anaga Keshav as from Chennai and Shivi Mol from Trivandrum will be getting us all the latest updates. Now let's kickstart the bulletin with news coming in from Karnataka. The health rates continue across Bengaluru and Karnataka, and it's gathering pace as the day progresses. It started with the five-star hotels being raided, then the health department, in fact, raided its own premises, Arogya Sauda, the headquarter of the health department, and the Vidhan Sauda and Vikas Sauda, where the assembly and the cabinet meeting happens. And all these hotels, one thing is common, that's unhygienic and substandard food has been served. Be it five-star hotels, be it government canteens, one condition persists is that cockroaches are found, substandard food are found, and especially in Arogya Sauda and Vikas Sauda, substandard food were found, and cockroaches. India Today has accessed this exclusive video of cockroaches infested canteens inside the Vikas Sauda premises. Vikas Sauda, remember, where ministers and MLAs as well as the IAS officers are there, where their chambers are located. In such canteens, cockroaches are seen on the food plates being delivered as well, and now notices have been served to all the specific canteens and the caterers who operate this canteen. And it just doesn't end here. Zepto, Swiggy, warehouses, Indira Canteen, Central Kitchen, all of them have been raided by the health department and given notices because of the substandard quality of the flooring and not giving out good food to the customers when they pay a charge, is what the health department says. UT Kadir, in an exclusive conversation with India Today, went on to say that he would urge the hotels and the canteens to put up, if they're frozen food, how long is the food frozen? Put it up on the notice board so that customers have at least the information as to what they're consuming after paying a premium charge. I filed a ground report on one such canteen where it was raided. Take a look. Health department has not just raided the five-star hotels and the luxury premium hotels, but they've also raided their own premises. I'm here in Legislator's House, just beside the Vidhan Sauda and Vikas Sauda, and many hotels are here where the MLAs stay also. You can see Namur Donne Biryani and Malige Utadamane, and on top of it, we have the MLA rooms as well, where usually MLAs who come apart from Bengaluru stay. All the floors that you see are the rooms of MLAs. Now let me take you through these hotels, and this is where the raid took place yesterday, and the department found that there was substandard food quality, and hygiene was not maintained, is what the department had told. So the department has not just raided the five-star hotels, but they dug deep into their own system and their own buildings, where Vikas Sauda and Vidhan Sauda canteens also have been raided. Nagarjun Dwarkanath for India Today.
See, our main intention was, in other words, there's a five-star hotel or some hotel. For the people are concerned, the customers who goes there, they are the concern for us. Because the health, the issues coming up now, if we don't put an end for that somehow, taking drastic steps, after 5 to 10 years, it will be serious throughout India. All the non-communicable diseases are like now communicable disease. Next, we want to see all the, I'm telling you, because they should get awareness. One is a PG, where students come from far away. The working class are there. They can't concentrate on food. To go and eat in a hotel, they don't have so much of money, because so much salary they don't get. They are away from their parents. Mostly 50% are not well, or they are not happy. They work with the empty stomach or something like that. So we want to see that all PG will come online. Second thing, all the catering. Third, all the hostels, including government hostels and including private hostels. Then all the canteens in public places. So as I told you, let it be five-star hotel, let it be Indira canteen, let it be Arogya Sauda, Vidhan Sauda, or any places. For us, place is not important. The health of the people is important. So everywhere we are going to search, and we'll show that what the wrong they're doing. We don't have anything against them. We want to rectify them. That's my duty to give an awareness. Then it is their response to eat or not eat. It is their right.
Finally, the Food and Safety Department as probably seems to be have woken up. In Karnataka, in Bangalore, probably the raids have been taking place for the first time or after a several long time. The department seems to be sleeping in a deep sleep. They do not understand, if they do not go and check regularly, what will be the state of affairs in the hotels, including the five-star hotels. What is the main reason for this? The ministers probably are just not interested in looking into the department at all. The meteorological department does not seem to be functioning. The safety and security department of food does not seem to be functioning. Probably the angle of corruption, who just keep numb. Whatever you do, our concern is only licensing. We saw a food department health inspector taking bribe of 12,000 rupees to issue a certificate for a barber shop in Bangalore yesterday. And he was caught red-handed by media people, but Lokayukta still now has not taken any action, and as well as the other departments have not taken any kind of an action.
In fact, Sagai Raj is joining me live on this. Sagai, the own institutions' canteens have been raided. Vidhan Sabha, Vikas Sauda, Arogya Sauda canteens have been raided. Take us through the recent raids and the details that the health department has found.
If you notice that the health department is on a spree to conduct raids across the city of Bengaluru. We have seen the private restaurants, and even yesterday there were restaurants inside the premises of Vidhan Sauda and MS building, which was being raided by the health department. And they have also found out that hygienic was not maintained in all these places. Apart from this, they have also raided big godowns, including a godown which has been owned by Zomato yesterday, and they have found out a few mismanagement and irregularities even those places. And health department says that they will continue this unless all these restaurants and all these godowns which supply food materials for the people maintain the SOP, that is, maintain the hygienic in their places, respective places. And UT Kadar, who spoke to Nagarjun, has categorically mentioned that they will continue this raid and ensure that people fall in place and follow the rules.
Right, Saga. In fact, request you to stay back with me for more news coming in from Karnataka. And it's the day one of assembly session here in Karnataka. And the former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has given it a miss. This morning, 11 o'clock, when the assembly, in fact, presumed the new Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar presided as the Chief Minister. Today was day one of assembly session. It would go on till 27th. So big names missing in this attendance of the first day of assembly session. Siddaramaiah is the big name that we are talking about. Former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has given it a miss and skipped the day one of assembly sessions. We'll now wait and watch if it would come into the assembly post-lunch or maybe on Monday or tomorrow also, because tomorrow is speaker election, so most likely that he would come up tomorrow. And other rebel names or disappointed names of these MLAs are Yashwant Rai Gowda Patil, who ended up resigning as an MLA. He's not seen in the assembly. Anekal Shivanna, Kolar Narayan Swamy, Bangarpete Narayan Swamy, all of them have been missing on day one of assembly, at least as of 1 p.m. We'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow maybe they will turn up in the assembly session. So clear message being sent out by this disgruntled MLAs to the party and the government as well. Sagai Raj continues to be live with me on this. Sagai, Siddaramaiah skips day one of assembly. Is this a message that he's sending, that if I'm not in the CM chair, I'm not going to be involved in everything with the government and the party?
He missed even the cabinet minister's oath-taking ceremony, and if you notice that probably he want to send across a message to the High Command stating that he is unhappy with whatever has happened when it comes to the cabinet, because much before that he was seen that he was happy with the government, where he even went to Delhi and where he has lobbied for his own loyalist, and now he seems to be unhappy with the cabinet expansion which has happened in the state of Karnataka, and that is just one of the reasons that what we get to learn through our sources is that he skipped the cabinet oath-taking ceremony, and now the first day of the assembly session.
Right, Sagai, I request you to stay back with me for more news coming in. This is regarding Bangalore infrastructure and the civic amenities provided by the Bangalore officials. This is of a biker who has fallen off the bike and succumbed to their death. And we are talking about a woman from Kerala called Medha. She falls due to bad road is what the locals allege, and now crushed by a truck which was coming right behind her. Locals have claimed that pothole road turned out to be killer roads for Medha, and another young life has succumbed due to the negligence of the bad potholes. And woman falls off a bike and gets run over by a truck, and this is on the Electronic City police limits, just on the outskirts or nearby the outskirts of Bengaluru in Electronic City police limits. And Medha yesterday, while going on the bike as a pillion rider, fell off the bike, and now the locals in fact took out a protest last evening and alleged that it was because of the negligence and bad roads provided by the government that Medha had to succumb to her life, in fact to the injuries also. So she's no more here and she lost her life yesterday. My colleague Sagai Raj also had spoken to a few officials there. Listen in.
The road safety is not there, the roads have not been maintained, or the care has not been taken. So due to this, there's been a lot of uncertainties, a lot of casualties are happening, because there are a lot of potholes, it is full of potholes.
Sagai Raj continues to be with me. Sagai, in fact, take us through this. You visited the spot. Is it true that what locals are alleging that it was because of bad roads, bad drainage that Medha succumbed to the injuries, and it was because of potholes that she lost balance and fell off the bike?
No, there were no potholes on that particular road, and if you notice that adjacent to the place where the accident happened, there is a congestion, because at the peak hours there is a huge congestion of vehicles, and they claim that there is also a road repair which has been done on the opposite direction, and probably that is one of the reasons that why the vehicle which was coming on the opposite direction was unable to balance, because there is a lot of mud and small stones on that particular road, and whenever you apply brake you lose the balance, and that's when the pillion rider Medha on the bike who was sitting along with the friend has fell down, and the vehicle which was coming behind has ran over her neck, and now an FIR has been registered. The basic demand of the people in that particular locality is that give us a better corridor. We pay taxes, we give you the money and everything. Why don't you give up simple basic requirement of people of a better corridor to commute on the road? yes, there are road repair which is happening. The municipal corporation, there is no GPA here, there is a municipal corporation which takes care of it, and they claim that they haven't digged the road, and even the BWSSP claim that they haven't digged the road, but there are bad roads on that particular place, and the people demand that you address these issues and ensure that give us a better corridor.
Right, Sagai, thank you for bringing us the latest updates. Also, the next story is of the VVIP treatment in the Parapana Agrahara, the Bangalore Central Prison. We are talking about JDS convict ex-MP, Mr. Prajwal Revanna, who has been in the prison for a long time now, for over a year now, and has been a convict, and now this perversion is at its peak. Remember the news that he was using an Android phone, and now the CCB has confiscated one phone, one charger and one pen drive, and further investigation revealed that there were up to 80 to 90 pornographic clips on his video streaming platforms and apps of watching movies, and he had access to WhatsApp as well, and this have been confirmed by sources to India Today. So not just was he having a cell phone, but he was also having pornographic video, is what the sources have told India Today. A fresh FIR has been lodged against Prajwal Revanna in the Parapana Agrahara police station, or as he violated the Prison Act manual. The police have now dug into more as to who was the official involved from the prison department handling him the phone. Home Minister has gone on record to say that definitely there has been a nexus between the police officials and the prison officials and the VVIP prisoners like Prajwal Revanna. Listening to what the DGP of prisons had to say.
During the raid, they have conducted search over many VIP personalities. Prajwal Revanna is also staying along with one other person, Pratap Rai. In that barrack, one Android mobile phone has been seized. And now CCB has given a complaint to Parapana Agrahara police station. So investigation is being conducted in that. But pursuant to this seizure of this phone by CCB, we have placed this Assistant Superintendent of Prison Iranna Rangapur under suspension, and we have issued show cause notice to the SP of the prison.
More importantly, I found a lot of faults within the administration. So that's why yesterday we decided to have a surprise raid in the prisons, and in certain cells with certain high-profile prisoners and other prisoners, we have found mobile phones, notebooks, and things that are not allowed in the prison. So quite naturally, it seems like our people are hand in glove with with the prisoners. And yes, and we have issued a strict warning. We're also doing a digital infrastructure audit of the prisons, and whoever is responsible for ensuring these prisoners have access to devices or have access to anything that is more than necessary will be taken to task.
No, I don't know, madam. I don't know all those things. I don't know. That is not concern to me. That is the responsibility of the government. That is the responsibility of Home Department. Whatever illegal issue is there, they will take action. Why you have to ask? The responsibility to look after all those things strictly, that is left to the government.
These were the stories from state of Karnataka. Now we move to the neighboring state of Tamil Nadu. Anaga Keshav will take it from here.
It's going to be 100 days since Tamilnaga Vettri Kazhagam took government here in Tamil Nadu, and to mark this milestone, Chief Minister Vijay has hosted an investor summit conclave. It's called as the Vettri Tamil Nadu Investor Summit in Chennai. That's held to draw in investors in Chennai, particularly in Tamil Nadu, to come and invest here. As part of this summit, more than 97 MOUs were signed today more than 67 crore rupees worth of investments that promises more than 1 lakh employment opportunities in Tamil Nadu. The Chief Minister took part in this event. Industries Minister Keerthana, who is the youngest minister in the cabinet at just 29 years old, she also took part in the summit along with other investors, businessmen and secretaries. This event is to mark the 100 days of Tamizhaga Vettri Kazhagam, the TVK government in Tamil Nadu. To be particular, it's 96 in 4 days. It's going to be 100, and to mark this milestone, this is the one such initiative that the government has taken today in Chennai. Those visuals of the Chief Minister inaugurating that event, him posing in front of the Vettri Tamil Nadu poster over there to come and attract investors to invest in Tamil Nadu. One main backlash that Tamil Nadu has been facing, that it is possibly missing out on investments to neighbouring states like Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, missing out on competition, and therefore TVK's Vijay there, the Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay there, hosting this mega investor summit to pull in investors here to come invest in Tamil Nadu. That's the big development here in Chennai, marking 100 days of TVK. Take a look at those visuals.
In the interest of time, if we may kindly request you to put your hands together as we welcome the team from GWC Data A.
All right, Chief Minister Vijay's pet project is the Buckingham Canal project. He has told all his officials and secretaries that developing Chennai is going to be his foremost priority in his stint as Chief Minister's post, and therefore taking up the Buckingham Canal, he has asked the CMRL, his officials, and therefore the Chennai Metro has floated a tender for bringing in boating facilities, which follows Kerala's metro water style. Now what happens here is that the commuters, public can ditch the roads and take on boats to move from one area to another. Of course, it's going to be a long drawn project, but this is one move, just one step that the government has taken to introduce metro water boats in Chennai, and therefore tenders have been invited. Take a look at this report that I filed from Buckingham Canal to really explain what this project is all about and what are the main challenges that this government would have to overcome to get this project up and going. Chief Minister Vijay has come up with a plan to beautify the Buckingham Canal, which actually is a great flood barrier for Chennai city. I want to show you what the Buckingham Canal at the moment looks like. I'm reporting from one part of the canal. It's in Koturpuram, and just look at the stretch. And this just runs across the city of Chennai. It's a very crucial flood barrier canal that we are looking at. It's the lifeline of Chennai during the time of floods, and what the government is trying to do now is to bring about boating, as in convert the Buckingham Canal into a sort of metro water type of an infrastructure, like how Kerala model is following. Let me explain. So the customers from now, as in the public from now onwards, can ditch the Chennai's city traffic and instead opt for a boat mode of transport to get from one area to another area. All the rivers in Chennai, they converge in Buckingham Canal, and that also includes sewage. So how is the government really going to beautify this, which has been failed to get implemented by the past government, including the likes of AIADMK and the DMK. They've all promised for beautification of Buckingham Canal, but they failed in doing so. Now the big challenge for the TVK government is how they really are going to implement this. Is this also going to be another headline-grabbing lip service kind of a project, or are they really going to implement the Buckingham Canal? Are they really going to be the change that they promised they were? That's the big question. With camera person Daniel and Aga Keshav reporting for India Today from Chennai. Well, moving on to the state of Kerala. Now there is another big controversy about the Vande Mataram that has broken out. I'm just going to read out to you. Chief Minister V.D. Satishan has reacted to the Vande Mataram controversy. The Chief Minister says whether the song will be sung or not can be found out on Independence Day. Though there is a law, the state government has a policy and it will act accordingly. Now all this is coming amid pressure that's coming in from the opposition. The UDF government is yet to finalize its stand on the Vande Mataram song controversy. The cabinet meeting, meanwhile, is scheduled this week and is likely to discuss this matter. Meanwhile, the order issued by the Chief Secretary is yet to be withdrawn. The controversy erupted after the opposition came down heavily on the state government after the Chief Secretary issued an order that the full version of the song must be sung during all celebrations as part of the Independence Day. Now, this is another controversy that has broken out in Kerala as well. Similar such controversy also happened in another state, Tamil Nadu. Another controversy here in the state of Kerala. Let's keep listening to those reactions that's coming in on this controversial Vande Mataram matter.
ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ഇതിനകത്ത് സർക്കാരിന് ഇതിനകത്ത് കൃത്യമായ നയമുണ്ട്. അത് ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 15-ാം തീയതി അത് വളരെ വ്യക്തമാവും സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ നയം എന്താണ് ഇക്കാര്യത്തിലെന്ന്. പിന്നെ നിയമം പാസ്സാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിയമം പാസ്സാക്കി പ്രസിഡന്റ് ഒപ്പുവെച്ച് അത് നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷനായിട്ട് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആ നിയമത്തിൽ അത് മുഴുവൻ പാടണമെന്നാണ് നിയമപരമായിട്ട് പറയുന്നത്. പാർലമെന്റ് പാസ്സാക്കിയ നിയമമാണ്. അതിനെ അധിക്ഷേപിക്കുകയോ അത് ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുകയോ ചെയ്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 3 വർഷം തടവ് വരെ കിട്ടുന്ന നിയമമാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാരിന് നേതൃത്വം കൊടുക്കുന്ന കോൺഗ്രസ് ലീഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന UDF-നും അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് കൃത്യമായ ഒരു നിലപാടുണ്ട്. ആ നിലപാടനുസരിച്ചിട്ടേ ഞങ്ങൾ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുകയുള്ളൂ.
Next story. In Kerala, if you remember, there was a major announcement made by the previous LDF government under Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, the then Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who said that the Argentina football team will be visiting Kerala under the leadership of Lionel Messi. Now, the announcement was marketed heavily, but the event did not take place and the Argentine national team did not visit the state. That was a major setback for the previous LDF government, and the government came under major criticism. The new UDF government had ordered an inquiry into it, and a probe report by the sports department was submitted to the UDF government, and it says that there were a lot of irregularities in planning that visit. It says that proper permission was not sought from center. There were many documents and many criteria that were not cleared at that point, and there was no proper agreement entered into with the Argentine national team, also Argentine Football Association. Another controversy is also regarding the irregularities in handing over this contract to a private entity here. So many allegations and many irregularities have been found in that report. The report has called the visit of Messi as a messy affair. And Chief Minister V.D. Sadishan today reacted saying that he's just got the report, he'll go through it, and based on that, action will be taken. And the previous LDF government cannot escape from this. Listen to the reaction.
അല്ല, ഇത് സംബന്ധിച്ച് വലിയ വിവാദങ്ങളാണുള്ളത്. കായിക വകുപ്പിൻ്റെ ഒരു റിപ്പോർട്ട് എൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് ഗൗരവതരമായി നമ്മൾ പരിശോധിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിൽ ഗുരുതരമായ ആരോപണങ്ങളാണ് ഉള്ളത്. ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ആ അന്വേഷണ റിപ്പോർട്ട് സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ മുന്നിലെത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ പരിഗണനയിലാണ്. അത് പരിശോധിച്ച് വേണ്ട നടപടികൾ അക്കാര്യത്തിൽ സ്വീകരിക്കും. സർക്കാരിനെ ഒഴിഞ്ഞു മാറാൻ കാരണം സർക്കാർ ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമല്ല. കേരളത്തിൽ വന്ന് മെസ്സി കളിക്കും എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ഇപ്പം ഇത് തന്നെ കൊടുത്തത് ഇവരുമായിട്ട് എഗ്രിമെന്റ്, അർജന്റീനൻ ഫുട്ബോൾ അസോസിയേഷനുമായിട്ട് എഗ്രിമെന്റ് വെക്കാൻ ഒരു സ്വകാര്യ സ്ഥാപനത്തിന് അനുമതി കൊടുത്തതിന്റെ പ്രൊസീജിയർ എന്തായിരുന്നു പ്രൊസീജിയർ? എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ ഓഫ് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് വിളിച്ചിട്ടാണോ കൊടുത്തത്? ഒന്നുമല്ലല്ലോ കൊടുത്തത്. ഒരു കമ്പനിക്ക് അത് കൊടുത്തു. വിപണി മൂല്യനിർണ്ണയമോ സാമ്പത്തിക ശേഷിയോ ഫണ്ടിന്റെ സ്രോതസ്സോ ഒന്നും പരിഗണിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു കാര്യവും പരിഗണിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. പിന്നെ ഇത് സംസ്ഥാന ഗവൺമെന്റും യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഇതിന്റെ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടോ? പരസ്പര വിരുദ്ധമായ പ്രസ്താവനകളെല്ലാം ധാരാളം വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ഞങ്ങളത് പരിശോധിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. പരിശോധിക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് തന്നെ എൻ്റെ മുമ്പിൽ ഒരു പരാതി കിട്ടിയപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഞാൻ ഏതോ സ്ഥാപനത്തെ പൂട്ടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇറങ്ങുകയാണെന്ന് പറയും. എൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ കിട്ടിയിട്ടേ ഉള്ളൂ, ഞാൻ ഒന്നും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല അതിന് മീത്.
Well, the UDF government has almost cleared that, the previous LDF government and this private entity which runs a news channel here will not be spared, and there will be further investigation in the case, which means that the Messi controversy is going to go on in the state for a pretty long time. Well, that's all we have from the Kerala segment. Over to my colleague Apurva with all the stories in Andhra Pradesh.
pattern of paper leaks and examination frauds that is taking place in India. Right in the epicenter is Andhra Pradesh APPSC examination leak. In fact, what we are uncovering is a major lapses when it came to the examination that was conducted allegedly during the YSRCP regime, that is between 2019 and 2024. In fact, a special investigation team had also been set in place for exposing all of these in the findings that the SIT has brought up in the Andhra Pradesh High Court. One of the major findings that the SIT has gone ahead and talked about has uncovered systematic fraud, illegal re-evaluations that had taken place when it came to the APPSC scam as well. In fact, from the investigation of the SIT report, what we are getting to learn is that 97% of selected candidates, answer scripts were in fact shown to have had either, some kind of physical alterations or overwriting. Not only that, there was also manual corrections that were made. And examination results that were to be tested only once were in fact tested thrice, once digitally and twice in two separate incidents as well, including one where these examination papers were taken in to a resort and it was conducted and tested and checked by supervisors who were not part of the examination committee as well. All of these gaps that the SIT now has exposed in the findings that they have submitted to the Andhra Pradesh High Court. In fact, the SIT also claims that this has not just been one instance, but that there are more to follow in the investigation that continues. Well, that's all from Andhra Pradesh. Moving back to Nagarjun, over to you.
Thank you, Apurva. With that, we come to the end of today's show of So South. Thanking Anaga, Apurva, Shibi, Sagai for getting us all the latest updates from the respective states. We'll see you once again at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Until then, keep watching India Today.
सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ। सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
5 distinct faces, 1 common purpose. India informed and ahead, where the South finds a voice. Super 6. Sharp questions, zero distractions.
You also speak of poor children. Kangana ji, one can always draw analogies sitting high in ivory towers.
To the point. The nation's agenda, nothing else matters.
There are some who say Pakistan may not be on the verge of breaking. Our Pakistan army is unable to control the situation.
India first, where decades of experience speaks.
So you want to raise your voices, but what do you want to see?
News Today. Exclusives that shape the headlines.
Southern states all unite saying that this is unfair on them.
News Track. Every defining moment. Every story that matters. The team that always speaks for you. Because you matter.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Yes, John Bhattaji. Thank you, sir. Sir, it is with a heavy heart I raise this matter because it's a question of the garima of this house, prestige and honor. And it's a bipartisan issue. Let me just tell at the outset, I'm a proud Indian, South Indian, and of course a proud Malayali, sir.
There is no South Indian, North Indian. What is
Yes,
the problem, you tell me?
Sir.
We all are Indians only.
Please allow me, sir. I cherish every moment being a Malayali, our language, culture, cuisine, and of course the attire, sir. Our constitution celebrates our diversity. Sir, if you ask me when I am leaving this house, which can happen very soon, what is the takeaway from this house? I would certainly say that the biggest takeaway would be the sterling diversity which holds the unity of this nation in a unique way. That would be my takeaway. Sir, the other day, a honorable member who I hold in high esteem, let me just say, that member came here and was disturbing me when I was fulfilling my obligation as a mover of a statutory resolution. Sir, please. And, sir,
Please take your seat. I'm coming back to you.
please.
I'm coming back.
Sir, the verbal duel is okay, we fight each other. But she repeatedly called me Lungi Wala, Lungi Wala.
Lunch break on India Today. I'm Suesha Samant, and breaking news just coming in. This is an India Today exclusive where we are learning of how the government is pushing for fast-tracked AI 2379 probe. The interim report that is expected within a month. Black box, voice recorder, all have been secured as the pilots' medical records and testimonies that are now in focus. Air India AI 2379 probe, where the government